What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have quite a bit going on. I have a friend coming in. I gotta go pick him up at the airport. I gotta do my chores and shit. The house is a mess, so I'm pretty busy, but I really wanted to ride the bike today, and I thought it was a good opportunity to talk about the car crash. So that's what we're gonna do. I might need gas. Oh no, I filled up. Perfect. So we're just gonna ride around, go check out the sights, practice some wheelies, and we'll talk about what happened with the Datsun. Mostly I want to talk about the crash and address some of the stuff people are saying on Instagram. The video was blown up more than I thought it was going to. It has almost 1 million views. I think it's at like 750,000. And then I also want to talk about what's going to happen to the car. And I'm going to, next video, show you all the damage. I've already gone and checked it out, taken the car apart. But I specifically wanted to talk to y'all about insurance and stuff like that. It is a nice brisk day in Salt Lake today. Feels maybe about, I don't know, 40 degrees. You can already like hear the change in my voice from me thinking about my car being totaled to me being outside enjoying the sunshine. It's a lovely day. So, if y'all haven't seen the video yet, either on Instagram or in my last video, here it is. As you guys can see, I was driving in downtown Salt Lake. I got blocked in an intersection. Tried to go through the intersection. At that time, the lights had already started to change to yellow. So I accelerated to get through. A second person went on yellow. And then a third person went on red. So first, let's address everyone talking shit in the comments. Actually, you know what? Let's start off positive. First, let's address all the kind messages I've gotten. There's so many people defending me in the comments, which I really appreciate. And I've gotten some really nice messages, like DMs. People saying that they saw my car at the last Cars and Coffee. There's one lady that said her like 12-year-old son is his favorite color is purple. And they showed him a picture of my car and they're really excited to see it. No, I'm not turning here. And they reached out and said, you know, I'm really sorry. I said, you know, if I can get her fixed up, your son's more than welcome to come chill in the car, rev it up a little bit. So those are the type of comments that I really like to read. There was the ambulance driver, or I guess, I don't know if he was a driver, but he was part of the ambulance crew that was checking on us after the crash. He was talking to me about how he has an S14 and how he understands my pain and how he knows how hard it is to rebuild cars like this. And find the parts and stuff like that. He reached out to me on Instagram because he saw, that's a nice talent, because he saw the video and he was like, hey dude, my buddy is starting a shop soon and he has a ton of 280Z parts. Would you like his contact info? I'm like, yes, thank you. Oh my goodness, what a nice gesture. So those messages are awesome. I fucking love hearing that type of shit. Obviously, Instagram comments are savage. It is a wasteland of stupidity, in my opinion, and just a lot of unkind things on not just my post, but like anybody's post. Any type of like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. If you have Instagram, you know that people on Instagram comments are absolutely fucking ruthless, and that's just how it be. I don't think you're gonna change that, except for that dancing kid who literally has no haters. What's up? I want to address some of those. So obviously you have the haters that are like, you deserve to crash, you probably should have got hurt, you shouldn't have your license. People that are just being rude or like, it's an ugly fucking car. I get it, you're entitled to your opinion, totally fine. But I do want to go over the crash and kind of walk you through my thought process of what happened and why I did what I did. So let's play it. First off, early in the video you can see that, I don't know if you can see, I might try and zoom in, you can see that the light turned green as I was approaching the intersection, quite a ways away, okay? And the truck that was blocking my lane, I'm guessing that he thought he had a green arrow. Maybe he was on his phone, he looked up and saw the green and just kind of went. We've all done it. We've looked up, saw a green arrow, or saw the green and been like, oh shit, it's our time to go, we just go. And then, you know, most people realize that they're in the wrong and they stop. But he decided to continue his turn, and our light also turned green, so about halfway through his turn left, he noticed that he couldn't go because there were people coming, and he stopped. And then as I approached the intersection, he kind of went back, tried to get back into his turning lane a little bit. I don't know if you could see, like right here, I think he kind of tried to get back. So I kind of proceeded onto the crosswalk a little bit into the intersection, and then he kind of just decided to continue to turn. I don't know if he was like completely blocking my lane. At first, when he kind of went back, I could have gone around him in the other lane, and then he kind of just went straight into my way. So that's what happened with that. That's what started the whole incident, is that he made a mistake. A lot of the comments in the comment section were saying that I should have just gone around him. Here's the thing. You've seen my other videos. You know that I only have one mirror. To begin with, 1975 Datsuns only come from the factory with one mirror, at least in the States. The other mirror that had been put on originally, that had been built into the door, was garbage. It didn't work, it was flopping around. If you guys have seen my videos, you know that to be true. What is this, dude? Why is there just like a random... If you pull a car in here, like, how are you supposed to turn around? So I don't have a passenger mirror. I've been trying to find the Japanese OEM ones, and I found one, as you guys have seen. I installed it, but I still haven't found the other one. They're really hard to find. I could get an aftermarket, like, remade one, but they all are really shitty looking. They're plastic most of the time, and I would just like to have the OEM one. So I didn't have a passenger side mirror I could look and see if that lane was clear. Second of all, I did try and look behind me to see if I could pass him in the intersection through my mirror, and I turned around, but there was a car right on my ass. It's rush hour, and that truck was blocking our entire lane, so there was probably 10 to 15 cars behind me. I couldn't see. In the video I could only see like 3, because I literally couldn't see anything behind me, because the dude right behind me was right on my ass, so I couldn't see into the other lane. Keep in mind, the Datsun is a small car, so it was an SUV behind me. Oh my god, am I gonna make it? I think this is the wrong turn I wanted to take anyway. This is. Let's actually let's turn around and go to the next one. So I couldn't see into their lane, so even if I wanted to change lanes in the middle of an intersection, which is illegal to my knowledge, I couldn't see. So at that point, I'm stuck. I'm waiting patiently. I think in the video it's like 23 seconds past or something along those lines. I kind of give him like the "what the fuck are you doing" hand signal. He's like, "I'm sorry." He like raises his hand. I'm like, whatever, I'll just be patient and let him go. But he now has to wait for the traffic to clear that's going forward beside me. Once he finally gets an opening, I start creeping forward, and a lot of the other comments that I see, they're like, you weren't in the intersection, you were on the crosswalk. I was in the intersection and on the crosswalk. Guys, look at this, if my front leg or my front tires are across the front line of the crosswalk, I'm still in their lane, and there was another lane that went straight to the left of me. So if my car is in the crosswalk and I can't back up, I'm now in the way of other people's traffic. Oh my god, this isn't gonna turn green, is it? Because it didn't recognize me. Maybe I should just go straight. I might be stuck here. So I didn't have an option to back up, and I didn't just want to stay there because I'm now in other people's way. So as soon as he starts turning, I start creeping forward. I'm like, okay, I finally get to go. As that happens, the light turns yellow. I'm watching him. I see him turn. I start moving. I then look up at the light. I'm like, oh shit, it's yellow. I gotta accelerate. I start moving forward. I start looking to see if there's anyone behind them, and of course there was. And that dude had not much time to go, but he definitely had some time to get in front of me. So my eyes are on him. I'm accelerating through the intersection while this dude's turning in front of me, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't go too fast so I don't hit him. So my eyes are completely glued on him. As I go into the intersection, I see the red car. I'm watching him, looking to the right, and then the third Honda driver that I hit, she went through the red light. I wasn't expecting anyone to go through the red light, obviously, and I'm not even looking at her. I'm looking at the car like in front of me going to the right, making sure that I don't hit him or whoever was driving. Anyway, so I didn't see the Honda until she like made her appearance in my peripheral vision, because I'm looking to the right. As soon as I see her, I look forward, I hit the brakes, and I thought that maybe she was gonna stop, or at least realize that I was coming for her. And so as soon as I see her and I brake, I turn to the right, because I thought she was gonna see me and stop, because I'm literally right in front of her. She just continues to turn. You can see here in the video, she was not even looking at me. She saw me last second when she hit the brakes, and I think we both kind of did the same thing. We just kind of like turned. But obviously if I turned to the left, I probably could have saved the car, but I didn't expect her to just send it right in front of me. So my first reaction is to hit the brakes and turn to the right, because I think that she might see me. Obviously I wasn't able to stop in time. I was on the train tracks, like, kind of like the ones we just crossed. Well, maybe you can see here. This is actually a good demonstration. Ooh, nice. You can see the train tracks are like a concrete, like a smooth concrete. They're slick. So as soon as I hit my brakes absolutely lock up. I had no traction. I hit them maybe a little too hard. Maybe it was just because of concrete, I don't know. But the Datsun doesn't have ABS, so my brakes locked. I went straight into her. And I couldn't really do anything else. I do get what you're saying in some of the comments, and saying, well, if you proceeded more cautiously, you could have avoided it, the accident was avoidable, blah 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 blah. Guys, I'm in the intersection and I have right of way. I understand the light is turning yellow, but I can't stay where I am because I'm in the intersection, and I'm going to be in the other people's way that are coming across. So like, I have to go. I have no other option but to go. I don't expect two other people to run the light as I'm trying to go forward. Yes, there was another person and I saw him. A third person, I was like, are you serious? No way. So that was kind of my thought process going through the whole scenario. Most people in the comments saying I would have just stayed there. I explained I couldn't. A lot of people saying, why'd you turn into her? I didn't really mean to. I was just trying to avoid the fucking accident. I thought she was trying to I thought she was going to see me and stop, and I could get around her. And people also saying that I should have just gone around while I was in the intersection. Like I said, I couldn't, because I couldn't see. I'm not just going to blindly go into another lane in the middle of an intersection. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. You guys can let me know what you think, but it's really, really unfortunate. I really love this car. You've seen how much work I put into it, but I do think that I can get her back on the road. Let's try and do some wheelies real quick. It is cold, guys. My legs are cold and my hands are stiff. You see how I lean? I think I've determined that it's the knobbies. The knobbies are, they don't keep me going straight. They make the bike lean. There we go. Because I've gotten it like pretty stable straight up, pulling it forward, or pulling it like straight up, and then it'll just lean, and then I'll like stick my foot out to correct, and I'll stick my foot out to correct, and then it'll just start leaning the other way, and I'll correct. It'll literally just sway. Like, I can't keep it straight. And I think it's because, let me actually show you. Ow, my toe. I think it's because of this center knobby. So like these on here would probably help keep it straight, but the center one, I don't think it likes being on the center one. So every time it hits one of these, it wants to kind of go on one of the sides. It makes me buckle over. So This obviously isn't my bike. Obviously, this also isn't my bike. This is my buddy's, who lent this to me for the winter, and I'm not trying to buy new wheels for a bike that's not mine. You feel? Oh no, my little middle finger, it got damaged. You see, it just goes to the left. That was a perfectly straight pull-up. And it just leans. Anyway, so it's unfortunate. The car's crashed. I think it's totaled. Right when I finished it too. And it's just starting to become car season. As in like car meets, and it's getting warmer and shit. And I'm pretty devastated, honestly. But I still have another car. I still have the bike. I should get a payout, which I'll talk about in a sec. And everyone walked away without any injury, so can't really ask for any more than that, if an accident is to happen. Oh yeah. I also want to talk about some of the just like the absolutely out of pocket comments that are like, why didn't you use your horn? And it's like, dude, the video doesn't have audio. Like, how would you know if I use my horn or not? And then I put on the video, audio didn't record. And then people are like, turn on the audio, and I'm like, there is no, like, what? I don't know, dude. Some of the comments, it just like scares me how, like, let's just say stupid people are. Another one was like, why didn't you brake? Do you not know how to brake? It's like, I literally in the video said that my brakes locked. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just not car people that don't really know how cars work. I'm not really sure, but some of those give me a good laugh, because I'm like, you must be really not the most intelligent person. Okay, did you guys see that? It goes to the left and then it goes to the right. Like, I cannot keep it straight, and that was a perfectly straight pull-up. That was not a straight pull-up. You see, it goes to the left and then it goes to the right. I think it's the tires, really. I think it's also because this is on a slope too, but that happens on flat surfaces as well. I do appreciate all the love I've gotten on Instagram. I don't appreciate all the hate, but that's just how it be if you're trying to make content, and you just gotta not let it get to you. And a lot of those people are silly. They don't really understand, and by silly I mean they're really fucking stupid. Oh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we'll talk about insurance. So I have full coverage. I pay for full coverage, and I valued my car at $30,000, which I think is pretty accurate, given how much work has been done to it, done to the motor, the wrap, the aftermarket parts, the rarity of the car, the cleanness of the car, no rust on the car other than the body panels, which can be replaced and will have to be replaced eventually. So that was my evaluation of the car, and that's what I pay. I pay a certain amount every single month to have $30,000 coverage. So, regardless, I'm going to be getting money. If they find that it's her fault, which I'm fairly certain they will because she ran a fucking red light, then it won't raise my insurance rates even if I go with my claim. And then what happens is, if they give me the money, then my insurance company will go after their insurance company to get that money back. The other option I have is to file a claim with her insurance and do it that way. So here's the thing. If they say that the car is totaled, then her insurance company will give me an offer of a check, and then they keep the car, or you take the salvage value of the car, subtract it from their offer, and then they give you a check for that, and you get to keep the car. Either that, if they don't think it's totaled, then they send it off to go get fixed. But I think it's going to be considered totaled, and here's why. For them to find a shop that will actually be able to work on my Datsun is they're far and in between. There's no Datsun shops, there's no Datsun OEM parts, there's no like Datsun specialists really, you know, like actual, I mean there are, but it's like someone with a passion that turned it into a shop and now they're a Datsun expert type shit, you know what I mean? You can't just like go to Nissan and be like, hey, I need a Datsun specialist. There are none, to my knowledge, at least not many. So it's going to be hard for them to even get it fixed, to find a shop to fix it, to find the parts. They're going to have to repaint it. They're going to have to match the paint that was on there, the dark purple, and then they're going to have to wrap it, and they're going to have to repaint all the trim that is scratched or damaged or gone. So I think they're going to total it because of that. On top of that, the frame is bent, and I will show you guys that in the next video. I do think it's fixable, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I think they're going to total it. So they find her at fault, let's say, which they will. Then they either write me a check for $30,000 and keep the car, or they give me the salvage value of the car, which I'm going to assume is going to be about $5 grand with a bent frame, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. And they subtract that salvage value from the $30,000 that I have my car covered up to. So let's say it's $5 grand. They'll subtract that $5 grand from the $30,000, write me a check for $25,000, and then give me the car. And I think I can definitely fix the car with $25,000. So I think that she will be on the road again. But worst case scenario, they find me at fault, which I really can't see a way that's possible. I want to reiterate that as much as I can. I accept no fault in this accident. It was completely her fault, and I did everything in my power in the situation that was given to me to avoid it. If they find me at fault, I still have my car covered up to $30,000. So if I want to go on my claim, I can. It's just going to raise my interest rates if they find me at fault. But I can still get that $30,000 if it's totaled, and then if I want to keep the car, take that salvage value off of it, so let's just say $25K. And I can still fix the car, and I think I can get her back on the road. But if it is worst case scenario, and it's going to make my insurance go up, and let's say the car is not salvageable, let's say they don't think they can fix the frame, then I just keep it as a not road legal street car, or not road legal car, and turn it into a drift missile. How many drift Datsuns have you seen? If it's not ever going to be legal to go on the road because they say that they can't fix it, then let's just do a fun tiny little project. Not tiny, let's just do a fun project, make it a little drift car, and just slay the track, go to drift events. Obviously I don't want to do that if the car is savable, because drifting is dangerous for the car, and finding parts is hard, and smacking into other people, and like the rear quarters aren't modular, you know. It's like basically the entirety of the car is the rear quarters. If you dent it, it's just a bitch to fix. But anyway, that's kind of how I see it, is that the car will be driven again, either on the street or on the track, or as a legal car or as an illegal car on the track. It will be driven again. I'm not going to give up on it. I do have money coming, and I'll keep you all updated on insurance claims and stuff whenever I hear from them. I still got to give my, like, that was awful. You see me lean? It was perfect. I just leaned. I'll keep you guys updated on insurance. I still have to give my, like, recorded statement for my insurance claim. I've already given my recorded statement for hers. She already submitted a claim before I did, so I think she's trying to get money. I have no idea. She did admit fault to the dude in the ambulance, so he told me on Instagram, he was like, yeah, she said she admitted fault, but she said she was already in the intersection by the time before it turned red. And then when he saw the video, he DM'd me on Instagram, and he was like, nah, dude, she straight up lied to me. I think his words were, she dead ass lied. I think I'm gonna be okay with insurance and everything. I think they're gonna find her at fault. They're gonna give me money, and I can fix the car. That's pretty much the sum of what happened. But that's about it. Let's try and do some wheelies for a little bit. Whew. I do find that like I can find the balance point pretty easily now. I've definitely improved on the Grom. If it went straight, I could, I think, hold them for quite a while. However, when I'm on balance point and I'm trying to go back a little bit, my seat is so slippery that my ass starts sliding back, and I can't hook my foot on the left peg because there's no, it just like comes up. There's not even a spring in it, so I can't like hook to hold myself on. So I can't do any, like, if I want to progress and do scrapes and stuff, it's not going to happen because I'm already sliding at balance point. So that one was pretty straight. The faster I go, the less it wants to wobble, which I've noticed, but I'm not good enough to shift it yet while I'm in the air. I mean, even going, what was that, like 15, 20, I can still feel it wanting to lean over. Oop. Woo! Had to hit the brake on that one. That was a decent one. My knee hurts from that crash. Look how beautiful she is. What a fun little bike. I love this thing. I'm having so much fun on it. That's another reason I'm not like super disappointed, because I've been through this, guys. I crashed my last 350Z. That's a whole different story. But when I crashed, I got injured. The dude T-boned me, pretty much hit my leg on the door going like 40 miles an hour. So I could barely walk. I was like limping around. I didn't have a car. That was my only car. I didn't have a job. I was absolutely broke, and I couldn't even afford my rent. So that one was super shitty. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work out, which is like my zen. That's where I get my happiness from a lot of the time. Couldn't like even walk outside. I could barely walk. I'd like limp like a block away and get some fucking froyo. And I had no money. I had a girlfriend at the time. Couldn't help her because she had no money. So that one was shit. This one is like, I still have a car. I still have something to ride that I can have fun on. I still have a job. I can still afford rent. You know what I mean? And hopefully I'm going to be able to afford a lot more once I get the settlement. So it's not as bad as last time. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Next video, I am going to take you with me. I already checked it out to where the Datsun is being stored. We're going to look at all the damage. I'm going to assess it. I'll tell you guys that I think pretty much they can be salvaged, but you guys can form your own opinions on that. I'll show you where the frame is bent. I'll show you all the broken parts and shit like that. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next video. Subscribe.
Keeping it G ain't nothing. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watch a young nigga show his ass, I'm puppy. I got the whole block bumping. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watch a young nigga show his ass, I'm pumpy. Nah, you know what this is. Tell them this a celebration, bitch, yes. Where the barbecue pits and the mini bikes, mini skirts, Hennessy's and the Miller Lights, domino tables, who got big six? Where I'm from, we do concrete backflips, flip flop back through the ghettos where I bring hip hop back.